Bottom line is this. When Arcitys came to me and said, yo, I want to run a main AR, or the possibility of him going to another team came up, I immediately said, oh, man, that sucks, right? Because I always wanted to team with Alec. Obviously, he's an incredible player. He's a good dude, was great for content. So for me, it was one of those tough decisions that I had to be on the hook for and either do the right thing from a business perspective or do the right thing from a from a human perspective. And I've never been the type to hold anybody hostage. I'm trying to think, and I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I don't think that I've ever tried to hold somebody hostage. You don't want to stay with me. You don't want to stay with me, right? And it may not be about my management skill. It may not be. It just might be a better opportunity somewhere else. And it's, if it would have been a situation where it's the middle of the season, then obviously I would have done the right business thing, and I would have been like, no, continue to play, blah, blah, blah. But he represented the brand very well. He was a good dude. When it came down to it, I told him, I'm like, yo, tell me what you want to do. Don't go around behind my back. Don't go around behind your teammates' back trying to land a spot somewhere else before you get going. Priority number one for me is always going to be that. If you're honest with me, I'm going to be honest with you. And if I catch you being shady, you're sort of putting me in a position to be shady against you too. Even though I hate doing that, if I had my way, I would not ever want to do that. So he was a man about it. He came to me and said, look, here are the reasons why I have to leave. Not I want to leave. He didn't want to leave, but I have to leave. I want to run a main AR. For the past year and for the year before that, I haven't been able to run the role that I want to run. Now, a lot of you are saying this, like, well, you just made FaZe a lot stronger. Well, one, so what? Right? Like, I don't want this thing to be an easy win every single competition that we go to. I want this thing to be a competition. I want this to be entertaining for everybody that's a part of the Call of Duty League. FaZe is an incredible brand, right? I'm friends with Tommy, Banks, Apex. I mean, that whole group, Paul Hamilton, the current CEO of Atlanta FaZe and the Atlanta Reign, super cool dude, by the way, stand-up guy. Really, really appreciate him being a part of the conversation when it comes to what needs to be done in Call of Duty League world, wide, not just for our specific teams. And I knew that he was going to go to a good home. So that was like the second priority of mine, right? I'm just going to let him go and play for just anything, right? I wanted to make sure that I had a conversation with him that allowed for him to have a voice and for me to truly feel and hear what he was trying to say. And at the end of the day, I'm never going to get in the way of a player trying to fulfill their dreams, okay? Andy and I are very good at that. When Sinatra wanted to leave, that's the league MVP. That's the finals MVP. For us to make a decision like that, we had to sit down and be like, what do you want to do here? Do we want to, I don't know. You know how it went. Eventually, we ended up just letting him go because that was the right thing to do. Dizzy, another person that wanted to leave, and Symphony. We would have loved to kept Symphony. But at the end of the day, it's how you act in situations like that where you have to be honest with yourself and honest with the business and say, how much does the business suffer if this happens? And again, if Arcitys wanted to leave and we had no other backup, zero chance that would have let him go. And a lot of you wouldn't have understood, and a lot of you would have been mad, and a lot of you would have, said, I can't believe you're holding somebody hostage. But we put a lot of money and investment into a player. We deserve the right, and it's fair for the organization that cares so much, so to invest so much, to get something out of it in return. At the end of the season, Dashy became available. It was clear to us that, he didn't want to be there, and it was clear to us that, in conversations that I've had with Mod Doug, that, the team was trying to not renew his contract. So for us, the pieces sort of fell together in time for us to make the easy decision for Alec, the easy decision for ourselves. And did FaZe become better by having Alec? On many levels, absolutely. Did we become better by getting Brandon? Absolutely. So I think that we're going to see who the best team is any given Sunday. We're shrinking the league by one more player across the entire league. Okay, so 12 top-tier players are being sort of not renewed. So now we have a total of 4 players per team, 48 players, that's the mathematics, that are at the top of the top of the top 1%. We have the 1% of the 1%. So next year, no matter what team you look at, there's going to be contenders on every single match. The second that you join a lobby, there's a contender on the other side that is ready to beat that ass into the ground. And guess what? We're here for that smoke. And we're going to be handing it out. We're going to be receiving it. It's going to be a good competition season. Alec, if you're watching, I wish you nothing but the best, unless you're playing us, at which point then I wish you like almost nothing but the best.